Welcome to Mindfulness Moments. This is the 31st episode. And so I decided to go a little off script today. Thus far, I've been choosing a card from Thich Nhat Hanh's teachings, his writings, and reading it and then talking about it. Today, I want to talk about how being mindful can change the way we interact in this world, in our lives. So mindfulness has become a kind of, buzzword or a hashtag. But what does it actually mean? So for me, it's about awareness. And through my seated practice, I can extend my seated practice to my walking practice, to my cooking practice, to my using the restroom practice, to my practice of interacting with others. One of the challenges we humans have is that our eyes look out. They don't necessarily look in. And then we have this ego. We have this ego that's attached to a separate self. And so these challenges or these obstacles, they can either hinder us or our awareness of them can enhance our lives. So the reason I wanted to do this today is I've been noticing in myself this old section of my mind, this habit of my mind that wants to find the problem, that wants to focus on the problem. And this doesn't happen in my seated meditation, but in my seated meditation, I'm aware of the thoughts that come up. I let them come up and I let them go. Just like bubbles in a soda working their way to the top and disappearing. I don't cling on to them. And this is very easy to do while meditating. But what's more challenging is to recognize those habit thoughts and identifying them as thoughts, not realities, right? Part of our our daily routine is forecasting. So we have weather services that forecast the weather, whether it's going to be sunny or stormy or whatever. It's good to be aware of that. But if I'm worried about next week's weather today, in this moment, I'm not present. I'm not living my life fully. Now, some of us have had these anxious thoughts, these worry thoughts, these fear thoughts for a really long time, and we've engaged in them. We've allowed ourselves to interact with those thoughts, and then they start to worry us. And if we do this too much, we can develop a physical, mental, or emotional illness. So my awareness of my mind wanting to worry about something has really freed me in a huge way that I have a hard time expressing But the important thing that I've learned is to also have humor with it, to find humor in myself, not to judge myself and be like, oh, there you are again. Because it wants to reach out and dance with you. It's acting like an old friend. Some of us are so comfortable. Some of us have done it so long that when we get wrapped up in that melodramatic dance, it's familiar and it makes us feel, in a weird way, alive. But it doesn't make us happy. It allows us, if we have any self hatred, self blame, blame from others that we had, whether it be a school teacher, a parent, a neighbor. Some of us have identified with roles so long ago in our life that when things are going right, we're looking for confirmation for that negative side. So if we can come back to our breath, if we can find a place and find a time to sit and meditate, whether it's 5 minutes, 30 minutes, it doesn't matter at first. What matters is that you still the body and you concentrate on your breath. You will notice the chatter in your head. A lot of people are challenged by seated meditation because they think that they can't stop their mind. Well, your mind's been racing. It's been doing that. It's not different because you're sitting on the cushion. What's different is now you're taking a chance to look at it. You're taking the time to look at it. And with time, just like that soda, if you left that soda in the glass and the bubbles are going up, over time, those bubbles are going to get smaller. And the space in between the bubbles coming up is going to be greater. They don't completely go away, but your awareness gets stronger and your letting go and your clinging to those things gets better. You're practicing, you're learning. And then you can take this out into your everyday life. You can see, I think I spoke a long time ago about a friend who said that their anxious mind or their worrying mind was like a spotlight, like a searchlight, searching for something to worry about once they got past this other thing. So they're in a constant state of worry. And that's suffering. We don't want to suffer. We don't want others to suffer. So if we do our part, if we practice our seated meditation, if we become more and more aware of our own actions, our own neuroses, we can be more compassionate with others. But it starts with being compassionate towards yourself. It starts with stop judging yourself. This takes many, many years of practice. But let's start now. Let's do this together. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed the off-script version. Please like, subscribe, and share. If you have any questions or comments below, I'll answer them. Take care.